The world tries to define you the moment you open your eyes. But what if, before the chaos floods in, you claim your power? Each morning isn't just a beginning, it's a battlefield for your mind, a sacred moment to reclaim authorship of your day. Imagine standing at the edge of dawn with a blank page in your hand. You can either let the world scribble its noise onto it, or you can take the pen and write your truth. Most people reach for their phones first thing, absorbing everyone else's opinions, energy, and expectations. But not you, not anymore. You rise with intention, grounded in purpose. You whisper to yourself, "I am the author of today's story. No one else holds the pen." These aren't hollow words. They're a declaration that you are not a passive participant in your life. You are the creator. You don't wait for permission to be great. You don't let yesterday's narrative repeat unless it serves your growth. You are not a background character in someone else's plot. You choose your dialogue. You decide your tone. You determine your pace. Each morning offers a clean sheet. The mistakes, the rejections, the rain, they don't define you. You do. You have the power to transform rejection into redirection, doubt into clarity. But only if you hold on to that pen and don't give it away to fear, regret, or other people's narratives. Think about it. Every small decision you make is a sentence in your story. Your breakfast, your attitude, your reaction to stress, they are all pieces of the chapter you're writing. Even if yesterday was messy, today is a fresh page. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be intentional. Declare your authorship like your life depends on it. Because it does. Say it out loud. I am the author of today's story. No one else holds the pen. Let it echo in your thoughts. Let it shape your posture, your presence. Because if you don't author your story, someone else will. And they won't write it with your dreams in mind. They'll write it with their convenience at heart. Be the plot twist. Be the creator. Don't wait for someone to come change your life. Rewrite the script. Start today, right now. Take the pen, hold it with pride, and write. Energy is your currency, and every day you wake up with a limited amount of it. It's more valuable than money because once it's spent, you can't get it back. So why give it away to things that drain you, to people who don't pour back into you, to worries that bear no fruit? Say it with conviction. My energy is my currency, and I spend it wisely. This affirmation is not a feel-good slogan. It's a philosophy, a life strategy, a sacred rule. Think of how easily we give away our power. Scrolling through social media, engaging in arguments with people who have no intention of understanding us, saying yes out of guilt, absorbing negativity, overthinking scenarios that never happen. These are energy leaks, silent thieves of your life force. Just like a smart investor doesn't throw money at bad deals, comes from purpose, not panic. It's driven by clarity, not fear. So release what feels forced. Let go of what demands you abandon yourself to keep it. Stop pursuing what always runs. Trust that what's meant for you will recognize you, choose you, and meet you halfway. You are not here to chase. You are here to become. And when you become the version of yourself that you admire, everything you desire begins to orbit around you. Not because you chased it, but because you became worthy of it. Say it until you believe it. I don't chase. What's meant for me moves toward me. Even the smallest step you take today moves you toward a giant future. That truth may not always feel obvious, especially on days when progress feels slow or invisible, but it remains unshakably real. The world has conditioned us to believe that transformation must come in explosive, dramatic breakthroughs, but true growth often arrives quietly, in moments no one sees. It happens in your decision to rise instead of hit snooze. It lives in your choice to show up even when no one is watching. It's there in your commitment to take a breath instead of reacting, to speak kindly instead of criticizing yourself, to say no when your peace is on the line. When you wake each morning and tell yourself, even my smallest step today moves me toward a giant future, you're anchoring your faith in process, in patience, in the sacred rhythm of consistent, quiet effort. Giant futures are not born in noise. They are built in stillness, through simple disciplines repeated with intention. That single workout won't change your body, but it plants the seed. That single boundary won't heal your heart, but it honors your worth. That one moment of courage won't shatter all fear, but it proves that bravery lives inside you. And those seeds, when nurtured, grow roots. Those roots form the foundation of something powerful, something lasting. This is where your future begins, in the small things you do daily, not the massive things you do occasionally. Don't dismiss the days that feel uneventful. They are building you. Don't underestimate the choice to try again. That's how you build resilience. Don't downplay your efforts just because they aren't dramatic. That's how you build character. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a refusal to give up. It's a sign that you believe in your potential more than your fear. And over time, those steps compound. They create momentum. They lead to breakthroughs you couldn't see coming. You don't need to leap to prove you're growing. You just need to keep walking, keep rising, keep choosing to move in alignment with the person you're becoming. Let this affirmation echo in your mind when you feel like giving up. Let it remind you that every drop of effort adds up, that progress doesn't always roar, it often whispers, and that your faithfulness in the little things is exactly what prepares you for the big ones. So breathe deep, lift your head, take the next step, no matter how small, and walk like your future depends on it, because it does. I am not who I was, I am who I choose to become today. Let that truth sink in. It's not just a motivational line, it's a spiritual key to unlocking freedom from the past and stepping into the power of the present. Every day you wake up with breath in your lungs, you are offered a new invitation to rise, to rewrite, to become. You are not your old mistakes. You are not your former beliefs, your outdated coping mechanisms, your past wounds, or the labels others attached to you before you even knew yourself. You are not bound to the version of you that once settled, once feared, once faltered. That version of you may have survived, but you are now ready to thrive. Too many people live as prisoners of their history, replaying old failures, rehearsing old shame, dragging their past like a ball and chain into a future that deserves better. But you are not here to repeat cycles. You are here to break them. And it begins by saying to yourself with absolute certainty, I am who I choose to become today. Not tomorrow, not next year, not after some perfect plan falls into place. Today, this moment, this breath. Because identity is not fixed, it is fluid. It is forged with every conscious decision you make. You do not need permission to change. You do not need the past to make sense before you step into your power. You only need to decide. Decide to act like the version of you who is no longer held back by self-doubt. Decide to speak like someone who knows their words carry energy. Decide to move through your day with intention, grace, strength, and a quiet refusal to be anything less than what your soul came here to be. And yes, some people will resist your growth. They'll try to remind you of who you were. They'll ask you to shrink back into the mold that made them comfortable. But your healing is not about their comfort. It's about your freedom. You owe no loyalty to the version of yourself that no longer serves you. That version was necessary, yes, but it is no longer needed. Let them go with love. Let them rest. Let them dissolve into gratitude for the lessons they brought you, and then rise, new, intentional, and unapologetically evolving. Ask yourself each morning, how does the version of me I'm becoming speak? How does that version think, act, love, protect their peace? Don't worry if you don't have all the answers yet. The act of asking opens the door. The act of showing up with willingness and self-respect is already the transformation. And the more you repeat this truth, I am not who I was, I am who I choose to become today, the more your subconscious begins to believe it. And when belief aligns with behavior, everything changes. Your standards rise, your energy shifts, your future expands. You become a walking declaration of renewal, a living reminder that we are all allowed to begin again, no matter how many times we've stumbled. And that, perhaps, is the most sacred power of all. You get to choose again, today, right now. So choose love, choose clarity, choose courage, choose growth. Choose to be the author of your next chapter, not the echo of an old one. Because the pen is in your hand, the day is new, and the person you're becoming is waiting to meet you on the other side of your decision. So now, as the morning light breaks across your world, let this not just be another ordinary beginning, but a sacred rebirth. Let the 5 affirmations you've just spoken become more than fleeting words. They are now your compass, your contract, your shield, and your sword. Say them not to feel inspired for a moment, but to architect the energy you will carry all day. I am the author of today's story. You're not a passenger, you're the one steering the wheel. My energy is my currency, and I spend it wisely. You've understood now that every thought, every interaction, every glance of attention is an investment, and you will no longer bankrupt yourself on things that don't nourish your soul. I don't chase. What's meant for me moves toward me. You are no longer the version of you who begged, who chased, who tried to earn worth through exhaustion. You are aligned, you are still, and you are powerful in that stillness. Even my smallest step today moves me toward a giant future. The tiniest of your actions hold weight, and you now see that your breakthrough doesn't lie in grand gestures, but in silent, consistent steps. And lastly, I am not who I was. I am who I choose to become today. This is your permission slip, your liberation, your truth. That every sunrise offers a clean page, and you don't have to carry anything into this new chapter that no longer honors who you are becoming. This isn't just about motivation. This is your spiritual practice, your emotional training, your morning reset. Guard it with reverence. Before the world bombards you with opinions, requests, comparisons, and noise, return to these declarations. Say them out loud. Write them down. Breathe them in. Let them echo through your body until they don't just live in your mouth, but in your mind, your habits, your decisions, and your destiny. You see, transformation doesn't begin with a plan, it begins with a voice. Your voice. Your power to say, no more of who I used to be. Today, I rise. And when you speak to yourself like that every morning, your life begins to rearrange itself in alignment with that energy. You begin to attract relationships, opportunities, clarity, and peace that were previously blocked by self-neglect or doubt. But not anymore. Today you walk forward with presence, not panic, with vision, not chaos, with truth, not the shadows of who you used to be. This is your moment not to wait, not to overthink, not to fear, but to begin again. This is the day you rewrite how your story is told. Speak power into it, shape it with discipline, guard it with sacred boundaries, and most of all,